Have you heard about the shocking news of Europe's largest river finally drying up? It's an alarming situation, and something terrifying is happening as a result. The level of drought that we are currently experiencing has never been seen before, and the water levels in Europe's major waterways are at the lowest levels in decades. The unanticipated discoveries made in the rivers further complicate the situation that already existed. But what is causing the rivers to dry up? And is there more to the story than we are aware of? In this video, we will explore the consequences of the drying up of Europe's rivers, the unexpected discoveries made as a result, and the possible reasons behind them. Stay tuned until the end to find out more about this concerning issue. As a result of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, prices are already on the rise, which has prompted Matthew Oxenford to express his concerns regarding the impact that this will have on the production of food and energy. As a consequence of this, the continent runs the risk of being severely impacted, and the rate at which this occurs is accelerating. Rivers, which provide an essential source of water for drinking and shipping, have dried up as a direct result of the drought. The anticipated discoveries made in the rivers further complicate the situation that already existed. This raises the question of what is causing the rivers to dry up, as well as whether or not there is more to the story than we are aware of. The purpose of this video is to provide some clarity regarding the situation. It is upsetting to see rivers that were once mighty, such as the Loire, Po, and Rhine, reduced to a mere trickle in their former locations. People are able to walk across France's largest river, the Loire, because it has dropped to such a low level. The Rhine is becoming increasingly challenging for barge traffic to navigate, and the Po River in Italy is causing damage to crops as a result of being 2 meters lower than its typical level. In order to keep the water flow consistent, the Danube is being dredged in Serbia. Due to low water levels caused by drought, the Po River in Italy has exposed artifacts from World War II. These artifacts include a bomb that was previously submerged and a boat that is 50 meters in length. According to a recent report published by the Global Drought Observatory, drought conditions are affecting approximately 2/3 of Europe, which has resulted in the drying out of the soil and the overproduction of stressed plant life. The drying up of a great number of Europe's rivers has had a significant negative impact on the region's agricultural output during the summer months. In comparison to the previous 5-year average, the report forecasts that yields of grain, maize, soybeans, and sunflowers will fall by 16 percentage points, 15 percentage points, and 12 percentage points respectively. The Rhine River has seen significant evaporation, and its water level is expected to drop below 40 centimeters near Frankfurt. This will prevent larger ships that transport oil, coal, and gas supplies from passing through the river. This is especially concerning for German power plants because they rely heavily on these supplies, and the drought may make it more difficult for the country to meet its energy needs. France, which relies heavily on nuclear energy, has also faced challenges due to high temperatures, which prevented the use of river water to cool power facilities. This presented a challenge for France because it relies heavily on nuclear energy. The devastation caused by heat waves and drought in Europe is captured in photographs taken of the continent's rivers. The water levels have dropped significantly in some areas, such as the Loire River, exposing a greater proportion of the riverbed than they have in the past. What kinds of things have been found that were previously buried as a result of the drought? Bones, fossils, and even remnants of ancient civilizations that were buried underwater for thousands of years can be found floating on the surface of the rivers and lakes when there has been an extended period of drought. A recent drought in Italy led to a discovery of a potentially lethal bomb dated back to World War II. The 450-kilogram device had to be defused before it could be moved to a safe location for a controlled explosion. The operation did not result in any reported injuries. However, approximately 3,000 people were forced to evacuate their homes because they were located along the river. In addition, the drought in Serbia exposed more than 20 sunken boats from World War II. These boats could have contained over 10,000 explosive devices, making them a significant environmental risk for the region. Nevertheless, the drought in Spain resulted in the discovery of the dolmen of Quadra Paral, which is a stone circle dating back to 5000 BCE, as well as the resurfacing of Old Portman, a town that had been buried. Along the Tiber River in Italy, remnants of Roman-era footbridges dating back to the time of the empire have been uncovered. Scientists believe that climate change brought on by global warming is to blame for the severe drought that has persisted for several months. The high temperatures and low rainfall in this area are both a direct result of shifts in the jet stream, which is a significant air current that plays a role in determining how weather develops. Because of climate change, there is less of a temperature difference between different regions, which destabilizes the jet stream. This causes weather patterns to stall, which in turn leads to persistent hot and dry weather. According to the World Economic Forum, the United Nations project that by the year 2050, drought conditions will affect 75% of the total population of the world. According to the United Nations, climate change has resulted in more extreme weather, with the frequency of droughts increasing by 1/3. It is anticipated that disagreements concerning water and water rights will become more heated in the coming decades due to the growing scarcity of water. However, nations that share water bodies have a responsibility to collaborate in order to enhance conditions on both their own territory and the territory they share with their neighbor. It is a near certainty that people in Europe and other parts of the world will have to learn how to adapt to drought and other severe weather conditions. Due to the drought, essential waterways are drying up, making it possible to walk across areas that were previously inaccessible by foot. This is having a detrimental impact on tourism in the area. In addition, the Loire, Rhine, and Garonne rivers supply the cooling water for France's nuclear power plants, which generate approximately 75% of the country's total electrical output. Because of the Rhine's shallow water depth, which is less than 40 centimeters, barges are unable to transport essential supplies, which result in an already stressed supply chain. Because of this, cargo capacity is reduced, shipping costs go up, and product prices go up as a direct result of inflation. The closure of the Rhine for 6 months in 2018 resulted in a loss for Germany of approximately 5 billion euros. This loss was incurred as a result of the inability to stop shipping along the Rhine. To find a solution to this problem, the government is attempting to switch shipments from barges to rail and road freight. However, it can take up to 100 vehicles to carry the same amount of cargo as a single barge. In addition to that, the country's trains are already bursting at the seams with passengers, and there is a severe lack of truck drivers. The cost of shipping is being driven up further by the rising price of diesel and gasoline for trucks. The corn and risotto rice harvests, in particular, are suffering as a direct result of the drought that is affecting a prosperous region of Italy in terms of agriculture. The impact of drought on the harvests of rice farmers in 2022 is expected to be greater than half. Additionally, increased water temperatures have led to a reduction in the levels of oxygen found in water bodies, which has resulted in the death of fish and other aquatic organisms. The marshes that surround Venice and are located along the Po River have suffered a significant decline, with some estimates putting the amount of loss at up to 1/3. In a similar vein, an increase in temperature in the Danube River of only 1.5 degrees Celsius would have a devastating effect on the population of trout. The nations that are located along the Danube are cooperating in order to better the conditions of cargo shipping. Ships are able to travel through the river as a result of Serbia, Romania, and Bulgaria's efforts to dredge it and either increase or maintain its depth. However, this process is quite pricey, with the cost of dredging the Danube in Serbia alone exceeding 30 million euros. The current drought has the potential to exacerbate the economic challenges the nations are already facing as a result of rising inflation and high energy prices brought on by their decreased reliance on Russia as a source of energy. In addition, the strain on the supply chain that has been caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, issues in China, and other factors will continue to worsen as a result of the compounding effects of these and other factors. It's unfortunate that this drought came at this particular time. As we come to the end of this video, it's clear that the situation in Europe's rivers is deeply concerning. The impacts of the drought are far-reaching and have significant consequences for energy production, agriculture, and even the environment. The discoveries made as a result of the rivers drying up have been both fascinating and alarming, shedding light on the hidden history of our world. However, it's essential to remember that this situation is not isolated to Europe, and the effects of climate change are being felt worldwide. We hope this video has provided some clarity regarding the situation in Europe's rivers and the broader issues related to climate change. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video.